Charged up. You slept the entire way home.
I did from 7:30 until like 11 minus. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. We are live here at Scaling Lean. You have co-founders of Scaling Lean, Jonathan Florensky and Nina Brennan, joining you back from Scottsdale, Arizona. We had a really cool, eventful 2 days. We drove out to San Diego, hit up Growth Hacking Live, met a lot of cool people, listened to a lot of cool speakers, got a lot of great takeaways that we want to talk about today. And then last night we ended up venturing back out here so we can prepare, have 2 full days before our live event that we're hosting on Friday down here in Scottsdale. If you haven't been part of it yet, just make sure that you sign up or just ask us for the link by dropping down below, #live event, and we will send over the link. I think right now there's a wait list because we have packed out the house. So with that being said, everyone, I'm going to pass it over to JP and we can dive right in.
Yeah, I was just teasing Nina before we got on here. She slept the entire way home as I drove, and she's more tired than I am right now. So it was just pretty cool. We're just having some laughs. We like to keep it light and fun here at Scaling Lean. So with that being said, welcome to today's RevUp Daily. Amazing action-packed week here for Scaling Lean. Appreciate all your engagement. Had some great folks on yesterday when we tuned in live from Funnel.
Growth Hacking Live.
Well, Russell's got us conditioned with Funnel Hacker, right? So Growth Hacking Live made another investment in our business yesterday to get into some new circles and had some amazing conversations with huge thought leaders in the space. So always grateful to celebrate and share what we've learned. I thought today it might be pretty cool if we just gave a little bit of insight on just some of the different little nuanced things that we learned yesterday from Perry during his main stage event, right? Perry Belcher, if you don't know him, he's one of the, I would say, like big digital marketers from the late 90s. He's been through a lot of different phases through the internet growth. He's done websites. I'm still honestly learning about him, but he has a really witty way around him and great personal brand. And it was really cool. Perry broke down his 3 biggest things that he's focusing on right now. And I figured we could kind of highlight those at a high level. Nina, I know inside the school community, we'll be going deeper and delivering all the session notes and all that type of stuff. But I figured at a high level, we could go over that today.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to put it out there for anyone who is watching this. I loved his concept on an idea of focus for an entrepreneur, where focus is never really linear. It's, I have an idea and I'm going to tap into it, and then I'm going to have a new idea, and then I'm going to go back to the old idea. And it's kind of like this full circle thing. And it made me personally feel seen, heard, and understood as an entrepreneur, because we're pretty focused here at Scaling Lean of like, okay, conversion marketing is exactly what we focus on, right? Like that is what Scaling Lean is about. Simplifying the scaling process, lean teams, lean systems, high profit margins. But I'm like a little butterfly that's like, ooh, idea, that's really cool. Ooh, idea, that's really cool. And it's part of like that visionary mindset. And a lot of the high-end entrepreneurs like Perry that we were talking to yesterday, and even someone like Gary Vee, it's just like, okay, the mind is not crazy. The mind is just doing what it's supposed to be doing as an entrepreneur. And you need that team behind you to really like make it happen. And you're the same way, JP. You have a lot of great ideas. You're very good at integrating and following through with them. So that was one big takeaway that I did take from Perry, was just when he said what he was focusing on, he was like, I don't ever focus on anything, one thing for too long. It's like, oh, good. So these ideas that we have that are continuously spurting out of us, it's like, that's just normal as like the everyday entrepreneur. But he also taught the lesson of like the follow through and making sure that the things that are meant to be putting focus on and through, he follows through with. And we're very good at that as well. Anyway, we can dive in. But I just wanted to make people that are in the space, that are visionaries, that really do have like these ideas coming, like it is part of the process. And like, that means you're good. Your brain is working and firing in the way that it should be as an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. So, really the 3 biggest things, we'll just go into the first one that comes to my mind, Nina, that Perry talked about. And man, it was like a 90-minute action-packed presentation. So there's a lot there. But the biggest thing that I took away was this vibe coding trend, I guess you'd say, or just this major movement with vibe coding, right? And we're still learning about it, right? We're tuned in with the AI Surfer. They're actually doing a workshop this evening. We're going to probably plug more into that here at Scaling Lean just because of, it's a major movement. And for those of you who are completely unaware of it, I don't, it's like a major movement where you can basically become a software creator, right? So you can go on a website, you can look at a software product that someone developed already, like a mortgage calculator, a fitness calculator, a lead generation conversion calculator, really virtually any type of software, right? I know I just like took calculators, but it's literally anything. And you can basically give it into a software and then have it recreate that software for you. So what a lot of big business owners are doing is they're now taking these small software tools and they're creating lead magnets out of them, or they're just creating ways to create $9 recurring revenue streams, or just ways that their people and their tribe can really accelerate their learning and also just get through things faster, right? So it was really eye-opening to me to see some of the unique ways that Perry and his team are using vibe coding, and we definitely plan to integrate that into our processes, right? And it's really cool. He was even went as deep as like showing us some different websites that he's built with similar products and stuff like that. So, Nina, do you have anything to talk on with the vibe coding part? I mean, we went over a lot, so it's just touching the surface.
So the vibe coding idea is just like micro SaaS and selling micro SaaS products. And it's a way to really just spruce up an idea or a project that you have in mind as like a lead magnet. But the cool thing, but also on the other end, it's like double-edged sword. It's like there's so many things that we can get sucked into as entrepreneurs with that lack of focus that we were talking about before, that I feel like it definitely could be a rabbit hole for a lot of entrepreneurs that are just looking at AI to like fix problems rather than, really going deeper into like their product, their service, their marketing, etc. And it's just another tool that can cause shiny object syndrome. I think it's a really cool tool. I think that you could highly leverage it. But I also feel like it could be just another distraction and because you can create so fast, so quickly in this like world with new products, new services, new offers on the back end, new software. I think it could take away from like the main focus of business. And I just want to put that there too. It's like a very cool, shiny object, but I don't want a lot of people like diving into it and going down this rabbit hole and taking away from what their purpose and their mission truly is.
Absolutely, yeah. And that kind of is the second pillar that he talked about there, is those micro SaaSes, right? Like taking something that's such a small little pain point of someone and amplifying that into a giant offer, right? A couple examples that he gave was, one was a t-shirt company, I think it was, where they like created a way to create a distribution chain to like create an idea and then just multiply and generate t-shirt sales like very effectively.
Oh, that was a great story. Can I tell it just because like it's more than just that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's actually a movement going down. So there's this guy who built his entire personal brand around Key West, Florida, or one of those little areas. I think it is Key West. It's just like down deep in like the beautiful parts of Florida. And his whole movement was like building a personal brand, sharing about the beauty of Key West and getting into the movement. And there's chickens all around Key West, very similar to Hawaii. And there was petitions that people were coming in and they were saying like, oh, these chickens are gross. Like we got to get rid of them. But they're native to the land and it makes it very special to like have these chickens running around. Again, very similar to like Mexico and Hawaii. And they put together a petition where it was 16,000 people signed it, like basically overnight. It was like Save the Cocks of Key West or Siesta Key, whatever it was. And because of the demand, they actually put together a t-shirt that had like that slogan on it. And they reached out to somebody inside of the community and created this ripple effect where like overnight, it was like, boom, like they made $14,000 in sales in 24 hours because of the movement and the connections that they had. That was the story behind Matt with the micro SaaS. I forget exactly how he connected the micro SaaS in there, but it was because somebody knew how to do it almost overnight and like instantaneously that they were able to launch their list, create these t-shirts and like put out this petition, etc. And like the entire thing was strung together through vibe code.
Yeah, absolutely. He also brought up another example of Stage Timer, .io, I think it is, Nina, right?
Yep.
And how they've built like a $9 recurring revenue stream. And they have just, I don't remember, tens of thousands of users, right? And they're generating $10,000 to $30,000 a month in recurring revenue just for a simple stage timer, right? Which is unbelievable if you think about it. So like thinking about the smallest little problem is the thing we're trying to get to, and then just making a micro SaaS offer around that. And then basically what Perry showed us is like taking that idea, using the vibe coding, and then really deploying the micro SaaS outward, right? So it was really eye-opening and really cool to see how much opportunities in the world right now, right? Just with basic, like you don't have to be a coder. You don't have to have crazy skills. If you can identify and be a good marketer and identify someone that has a need or desire, right? We did talk about that a bit too, and like how to determine the like need in the market. If you can look at a market and determine it, it's really easy to really create things that are very impactful, whether that's for generating free leads as a tool, like Uber suggests, like Neil Patel had for years, or things like this, or just creating a micro SaaS offer for $9 and just creating a recurring revenue stream. Then the third thing that Perry...
Wait, before we do that, the one thing that I do want to focus on here, especially with like lead magnets in general, of how Perry was saying it, was one solution, one outcome for the micro SaaS. Because if you overcomplicate this like micro SaaS, and it's very similar to like offer, and it's very similar to messaging, if you are to create something for your people, you want to make it very small and chunked down, where it's like an immediate need, an immediate outcome if they are going to come in. And the reason that is because like people spend so much time, especially with like vibe code, it's clunky if you try to do too many things at once, right? But if you're able to have like one specific outcome for one specific solution, people are more likely to opt in rather than go to like the software that like fixes all problems and it's kind of like muddied, if that makes sense. So one solution, one outcome. Go to point number 3. Sorry, JP.
100%. Yeah. So the third thing Perry talked about is just how much opportunity there is in the world right now with small businesses in America, right? I think he said 49% of businesses in America are under, what was it, Nina, like $250,000 a year?
Yeah. So just as we put numbers onto it to put into a grand picture, it's 22 million businesses currently exist in America, and 14 million of them are under $250,000 per year. So
yeah. And then what really was eye-opening for our business at Scaling Lean and a lot of internet marketers in general is only 2.5% of those, or it was like 2.3, or like less than 2.5% of those folks have CRMs. So like, if you think about that for a minute, that's really showing you that people are neglecting any type of follow-up process. And as we've proven here at Scaling Lean, based on our conversion direct response marketing strategies, it takes the average person today in the trust recession 21 touch points to make that buying decision. So where our minds went and started spinning around is like, man, you imagine the impact that we can create if we purchased one of those $250,000 businesses, annual businesses, and really just strapped on a CRM or strapped on our paid ad strategy to it. Like the amount of increase that we would see, even in as little as like a 6 to 12 month window, right? Because just add follow-up and or referral marketing into a business like that, that's already been established, has teammates, all the things, like it just kind of opened our mind up to this whole new world. And not that we've never heard of it before, like Nina and I have looked into acquisition space, and but it was really, really cool to learn some of the different business SBA loans that are available, and just different ways to creatively to get in front of business owners that are in that space. And there's so many right now businesses that are in those like 50 to 60-year-old business owners that have had their businesses for decades that are looking to either sell, and they're trying to sell, but their businesses go completely unsold and then they just go out of business. So there's so much opportunity in the world right now. And I feel like there's a lot of amazing people that have talent online, but potentially they're just not being creative enough to tap into some of these opportunities in the brick and mortar space.
Yeah, 100%. And I've been looking and studying at this for a while, and it got me fired up yesterday because it's just like there's so much opportunity out there. And obviously, Scaling Lean has such a large mission of helping entrepreneurs around the world just simplify, scale, have time freedom, and just gain leverage inside of their business. But the whole idea of leverage is by building wealth where you don't really have to think about the money, right? It's not about the money at the end of the day, but it's about the freedom that we're going to gain through the processes that we're building. And everyone inside of our community are on that very similar. It's like, define exactly what your vision is and where you want to go in this life, whatever that is that quote unquote gives you leverage. And it's like, we're going to build a business, or we're going to build your ecosystem and hub that's going to get you there. Whether it is just making $10,000 a month and quitting your job, upward of $100,000 months, or multiple businesses under your belt. Like, that's what we're really here for. And it's just an awesome space to be in, and it's great to be around people that have very similar minds and have paved the path for us. Like, we're going to be under a mentorship that is going to expand us into different ways, where we've typically invested in mentorships that really helped us build our coaching business. And now we're moving into like this next phase in time. It's a very exciting time for scaling lean.
Yeah, for sure. So with that being said, those are the super high level 30,000 foot view highlights. More to come on that in the coming weeks, months, and even year. We invested for the annual plan with Perry, so it'll be great to pass some of this information along as we learn and grow. So Nina, yeah, with that being said, probably wrap this one up here. We've got the event happening tomorrow night for our paid clients. We're going to be doing a little bit of a mixer, and then the public event will be on Friday for the folks that are here local to Scottsdale. Matt hit me up this morning. We've got our about 50 some people already on the list. We only have spots for 80 people. So definitely get on the list. We haven't even gotten our like organic shout outs yet from Matt or a couple other of the people that are coming to the event. So we definitely plan to completely pack out the 80. It'll be an awesome time to learn about some of the AI feedback processors and sales systems we've been using over the past 12 months to really increase the amount of sales that we've made, increase our impact, and really create content like really fast, double the amount of output for our content side, also our follow processes, and go high level integrations and stuff like that. So yeah, super exciting. Can't wait for Friday, Nina. And with that being said, do you have any last words?
I'm just super excited to be back in Scottsdale and really setting the tone for the next couple of days. It's going to be really exciting. So if you are local, make sure you come through. I'll be down here for the month if you want to connect in person. I have a couple of people that I connected with already via Instagram that we're going to get together. So it'll be a good time.
Perfect.
All right. With that being said, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 o'clock PST. Cheers.